Trying to see if I can get this thing to give a clear picture tonight. Hey, Ken, booyah. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Sometimes this thing looks a little fuzzy, and I think it's my camera work more than anything else. Joseph, greetings, sir. We are ready to get this party started. Yes, we are. Booyah, you got that right. It's an adventure every time. It's the same way in the casino. It's an adventure every time. Nothing ever goes the way it went the previous time, and sometimes it's a smooth little trip, and sometimes it's an absolutely rocky ride. It proves out all the time, over and over again, that it is a casino. It is. It's not a cash register. But we have been getting it done. We're going to continue to keep the faith and use our heads and do the right things. Hey, Trish, good evening. And try to keep turning this thing forward. That's absolutely true, and that booyah. That's the truth. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I see over and over again the reasons why. Some people do come in with a strategy. It may not be a good strategy, but they come in with a strategy. Hey, thanks, Ted. Look forward to it, buddy. I appreciate it. The whole group appreciates it. Every bit that comes in now is more assurance for the things that we're trying to get done. But even when they come in with a strategy that is not particularly good, the old Mike Tyson rule applies. As soon as they get hit, all the strategy goes, man. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. And that's when those other things take over, the instinct, the emotion, and then the worst of all, the desperation. I see all three of them all the time, and that's the road that leads to the get up and walk out after losing all your money. That's not to say that we're going to win every time. I certainly hope to, and I do plan to. I will not ever resort to instinct, emotion, or desperation. I will stay to the plan that we're putting together, and the plan does evolve as we go. Hey, Chuck, some of the things that we're doing every day leads us into new ways to look at things. Yesterday, Joseph, I got up $100, and then I staggered around, just like Chuck had said that one modified Fibonacci D'Alembert can be a grind, and it did. It started to grind out, and I finally did get to 200, and I said, well, I'm going to see, can I add a little bit more? And sunk down to 100 again, sunk down to 75. And so when I got it back to 200 the next time, I left. And so we did win $200 again, and that's the discipline that we have, is to do that. And so we got it done, but it's not always a pretty picture. Hey, William. So we'll look at a different way here. We're not going to do that. We're going to go with an up 4 units and down 3 units, but we're going to use $100 units tonight. I'm going in as though I have a $10,000 bankroll, and we are going to work trying to get streaks. And if we get chops, we're going to lose. And you know that it does get choppy sometimes. So thanks, Joseph, getting it done. So I'm going to have a no bet thing and look at this as though I'm walking up for the first hand. So the first hand is a banker win. So I'm going to bet on the banker. I'm going to bet 4 units of 100. Oops, no, not 5, 4. And we're going to try to win $400. I like to try to play for the one bet win. There is no emotion, and you'll see it all the time. You'll see people in there get emotional, and even people posting on their YouTube channels. They have all those sound like they're pounding their chest and screaming about things. But let's see how this goes. We're going to go up 4 $100 units. We're going to go down 3. The goal is to win $400. We're beginning with 400 on the banker. So if you want to split hairs on it, we're up 380. So for the sake of things, let's go ahead. I would leave right now, because this is the goal, and we know in particular on that very first hand, the banker is a 50.4% favorite, and the player is a 49.6% is the odds of the player hitting, and so you have a fair chance at it right out of the gate, and if you can get it and leave, well, that's what we would do. But let's say we're up 380. Let's say that we are sticklers to we want to get our $400. So here I'm going to go down 3 units of 100 down to $100, and we will play another hand. And with that tie, we'll just repeat the $100 bet, trying to make our $400. Okay, we lost 100. Now we're going to switch to player. We're going to add 4 units. So you would add 4 units up to $500, but since we are only actually down $100, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to play $500 on the player right here. I could have very easily played less, but let's just go ahead and do it. This is hey Green Shark, hey King Allen. This is a workshop, so it really doesn't matter. We're playing 500 on the player. Okay, so there we have it, and we've won a pile of money. We won the $400. We lost 100. We won the $500. So we're up $780. We're up the $400 above the 100 that we lost, and we're up 380 off of the $400 bet on the banker to begin with. And so this is actually the optimal way that I'm looking to play, no matter how much that we're playing with. Carry enough money that you can make the bet necessary to have one bet and walk. And since I'm not doing it for entertainment, even though I'm spending 3 hours driving to Shelbyville, I still would leave in one hand. I'm not hitting in one hand yet, because with the lower bankroll, we have played a lower bet that would require 2 or sometimes 3 wins to get to our session goal. But right now the first bet's $100. We're trying to get to 200, and so that's what we're trying to do right now. And so we'll take 2 bets, but I'm leaning on playing for the 200 with a $200 bet and just having at it, and we can call it whatever we want to call it. We can say that it's 4 units of $25 that begins at 200, and we're up 4 units at 25 on losses, and we're down 3 units of 25 on wins. But I worked with Chuck on this. Hey, Mike. So I worked with Chuck on this because of that. I did like that Fibonacci grind and a D'Alembert kind of hybrid bet where when you win you go down 2 levels. I did like that, but it really is it's not a sustainable way to play. It's not to say you can't win at it, you can, but I think Chuck even had one time that he went like 48 hands because of riding up that scale and down that scale. So I'm not going to advocate it. It was a fun thing to dip into in a workshop environment, but I'm not going to continue on that way. So this gave you a look at tonight. This was we want to win $400. You walk in, you observe one hand, and then you play that hand will streak with the $400 bet. That's how I'm going to play it. When I get to $400, we're at 200 right now, but when I get to 400, that's how I'll play it. When we get to 1,000, that's how I'll play it. And so we know what we're doing. Yeah, Chuck went 54 hands, but and one of the things that happens in 54 hands is Chuck also didn't have a long streak of players or bankers, because if you do catch 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hands of streaking player or banker, you're going to be cashing all those bets because you bet with the streak. And so he didn't have, Chuck had a lot of chops. And of course, that's the alternative. You can get that too, and the chops are our enemy. So that's what we have. Anybody have any question about anything? Because this is a kind of a short session tonight, but I don't want to keep you when we show exactly what we're going to do. I think everybody here understands it. So, yeah, Chuck, you had a lot of chops, and if you have a lot of chops, you do have a difficult time. You got to endure them until the streaks happen, because the streaks happen too. I've still gone back and looked at roulette, and roulette does chop more than baccarat, but baccarat can have its group of chops too, and that's when you think that maybe you should just be playing it. Okay, let's just have some fun here. So we're at 136, 780, and let's say that we're going to play. We're going to play banker 2 times and then player 2 times. So if we played banker 2 times, and we're not paying attention to any streak, and so let's just martingale it for fun. So this is the second banker bet. So then we'd switch over to player for 100. I think what I'm pointing out is that any way that you do it, it can work out in one way or the other. But this is a blind way of randomly throwing something at it. And we've lost 3 straight hands, just blindly throwing it at it. Okay, so because we martingaled, we won $25 because we martingaled $25 4 times. I certainly wouldn't be doing that. That's right. You got 2 ways to win, and you got too many ways to lose, Gordo. I don't like just throwing randomness at it. I do prefer to play it until you catch the streaks, because we don't have to win so many hands this way. Now, if you're playing that other way with the Fibonacci and D'Alembert hybrid, you're going to have to win a lot of hands. And that was the test that Chuck was doing for me, and that I did it as well. How much will the interest check be for 1 share? So here's how that works, Joseph. However, total amount of money that we have will be divided by the total amount of shares that we have, and that raw number will be paid per share per person. Some people have 1 share, some have 2, some 3, some 4, up to 14. And well, I bought in for 5,000, so I've got 20 shares, and so it'll be paid out per share divided total shares by the total amount, and then multiplied times how many shares each person has. So that's what the payout's going to be. If I answered you well enough, Joseph, I tried to. Anything else from anyone else? Because we'll call it a night. I'll be at the casino tomorrow night, and then me and my Valentine, the casino, that place that I love so much. I probably should bring flowers to the casino in honor of what sweet people they are. Oh boy, was that tongue-in-cheek ever. Yeah, Chuck, I've tried that too, and it has mixed results. Tried the one before last, play staying on the winner. Yep, skip one, go back. Yep, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just another way to do it, but it puts its own kind of random in. Run a few checks on it for me and let me know what you think. So to all of you, thank you very much. I'll be at the casino tomorrow night, and then I'll be back with you guys, and we'll talk about where we are and all of that stuff, and we'll be going forward with all of our plans. God bless you all. Have a great night. See you, Trish.